according to this here map. Again, the signage is okay if you know where you're going already, but Portgate is down here to the right on Hadrian's Path, about 3¼ miles. We will go down this road here apparently and follow it and follow the instructions on a side loop, what's called an alternate path, and come back to Portgate on that loop. So we're passing this building, which is a home now, but it might have been St. Oswald's at one time. The sign on the garage indicates it still is. And these people are kinfolk with their travel van. So I'm off Hadrian's Wall path, going south for a couple of days, and then south and north, and a loop for a couple of days. Okay, I'm standing right at the end of my red arrow, where it says gate and signpost. And they appear to be, here the signpost is to the right, but the signpost in fact is to the left. Who knows if that's got any relevance. And on the guide's map, the road ends here, but in fact it doesn't. So presumably that's not the right way. There's a sign path that refers to the public footpath, Military Road 1, going presumably through that gate. And then public footpath, Fallowfield, or Callowfield, whatever that says. Fallowfield Road, 3/4, pointing in that direction. But he says on the map, go due south, which to me is that way. As he says, just cross the sheep field straight north and south, except that at a certain point it angles off and crosses the bridleway. Who knows? Now, having said that, if you go down and you hang a right slightly going southwest, you should intersect the bridle path, and then you should, as you can see from this map, from here, if you're going on that angle, you should also then intercept whatever that one line with the little zeros is, and then you should hit this road. So in theory, you should not be able to get lost, except that further down there is no road. And looking what I think is due south, there is no definitive line going down there. They don't travel that much. So my guess as to north and south is a line straight to the center of those trees. There also seems to be a little bit of a pathway down in there, right there. So we'll see what that leads to. Okay, as you can see, I'm veering off to the right now from my initial intent to go right to the center of those trees. As the map indicates, it has to carry them off to the right here somewhere. But I also notice that the fence line is driving me off to the right, so that's another reason I'm going to go. Also over there is that line of fence, stone fence, and that may be what they're calling the bridle path. So I'm just going to work my way a little bit to the right here, see if I encounter it. Okay, so I've walked down from up there towards the center of those trees, but angled over, so I actually came right down along through here to this obvious gate. This is a public bridleway, so this may well be the bridleway they spoke of, the guidebook. And then if I continue on this diagonal, that should be then the road that they depict on the map. Just before I get to the gate that'll give me access to what I think is that road there, I noticed this tree that has died in the midst of the wall, but then further down the wall is the next tree, and it's hard to tell whether the tree is growing out of the wall or the wall is filling in parts of vacant by the tree. I think it's a bit of both over time, but curious. This sign is slightly useful in the sense that it tells you it's a public footpath, but that's all it tells you. So maybe if you're a Brit, you somehow understand how that has relevance to something, but I don't. So right down in the corner here, it's interesting to note that there's this big power tower line, and it's crossed by the north-south axis this line, which has a double pole down there but with 3 lines right here. So if this orientation is correct and I'm coming to the right road through the right gate, then that will be an axis that you should seek. Okay, this fence does not reflect the road at all, and it is a public footpath, but it gives me no clue as to where I should be trying to go, although I'm supposed to be going at an angle. I'm just outside the green gate, and there is the signpost that says Public Footpath, Written Craig 1. So let's backtrack a bit to give you the back view. Okay, I'm going to try and recreate the path that you should take coming from west to east. At the top of the hill way up there, when you get to the road, when you come up the road, you'll come to a fence, gate, and a post that has 2 signs on it. One, Military Way, pointing off to the east, south, and then another that says Footpath that points almost south-southeast, almost pure south. From that point, you'll walk across fields behind those trees, making a line towards the center of that copse of trees. Now notice the center is seen from up there, so it'll be the far side. It's a longer vision than we have now. But as you get closer and closer to that copse of trees, you'll angle off at a right towards me, and there you can see a fence line in the distance. I believe that's the line you'll be approaching. Now there may be, anyway, look for an obvious gate that goes through there, through that fence line. When you get to it, you'll go through the gate. There you will see signs that verify that you're about to cross, after you've come out of the gate, a bridle path. Cross the bridle path straight across and continue in the direction that I'm facing now. That's to the southwest, and you'll be coming towards a stone fence with that one gate that you'll see. Go straight to that gate, come across this field. To your right will be a farm. You can't see it from here, a stone farm. Come right here, and here's your green gate, and here is Public Footpath, Written Craig number 1. Okay, we're up there where it says green gate and signpost, and now I'm going to walk down this road until I find that supposed intersection there, whatever that implies. There's no verbiage there. Now coming from that direction up there, you want to orientate to this big power line running east and west, and you want to orient to that smaller power line which has 3 wires on it, running basically north and south. And you will come to the point where there's kind of they intersect, kind of, and that's where you'll see this gate right here. That'll lead you right to it. Okay, as you're coming down the road from that green gate and that signpost that we saw, number 1, you'll find this long gray building. Double check it with the red door garage, and right here you turn left, and right here with the bull in the field is the Public Footpath, Acomb half mile. Okay, from the vantage point of coming from the west, when you come through that last fence and from that signpost, stay to the left of the house, come right down to the far north or southeast corner, and here will be a crossover point. Assuming I'm correct, then I'm going to follow the map. Where it says 126, that's the field I just diagonally crossed. Where that X is apparently where the house is, near that, or maybe that's what a stile is what I just, is one of these things right here. I don't know. Theoretically, if I'm on the correct spot, I should be able to go down here and eventually, right where it says Acomb, cross, turn slightly to the left, cross a stream over a bridge, and then jog to the right, now we're south again, and into the town past the Suntan Hostel or whatever. So if you follow the side of that the right side of that field, as the path will indicate. And then stay to your left. You'll come down that steep hill there, and right through here is the bridge that's denoted on the map. In front of the bridge, you'll climb up these steep stairs, kind of like stairs. Now at the top of the stairs, you're confronted with two directions, one to the right into that grassy lawn area. That's the most well-traveled. Or this one down here, which looks more like a footpath. So I'm going to take this one, but keep my eye on the one on the right, see where it goes. Here's an excellent example of the confusion I'm talking about. An arrow goes forward, continuing on the path I'm on, or it goes to the right, which would be the end of that grassy area that I first could take. No clue which way to go. Okay, my intuition has paid off, just going straight ahead, because there's the sun. Okay, once you pass the Miner's Arms and you turn right going down that street there, it ends. It's not a street. It's a bridle path. There you can see where it ends, right here. There's people's home. And as I turn right around, it's a bridle path. It's not a street at all. This is a Romano-British sculpture, thought to be 2nd or 3rd century, found at Hawford in 1970. Just down from the fountain, and just before you get to the little house that has the bridle path only sign on. I've come down this pretty bridle path because my intuition says go this way, but the guidebook here is absolutely irresponsible in its lack of detail. Even where I know from what I see, it would be easy to put more information that would make it useful. There's a little rabbit alongside the road that may well have been hit by a car. He doesn't look injured, he just looks shell-shocked. He's not moving at all. We're now at the River Tyne at Hexham, and the River Tyne will follow off and on all the way into Newcastle.